she is. Hey. I'm like, come on, technology, be great with us today,
I
please.
know, I know, I know, I know. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I
I'm
see you
doing good.
outside getting some lovely sunshine.
Yes, while I can, while it's cool. It's still kind of cool
Right.
out, so I'm gonna take advantage of this breeze while I can.
Love that. Love that. So
How are
thank you
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Same. It's cool temperature right now where I am. So I'm loving
Nice.
it.
Cool.
Yes. Thank
So,
you for um, going live with Love Her Retreats today.
a- absolutely. Thanks for having me and allowing me to be a part of this highly
Yes.
anticipated experience that you've been planning. So I'm grateful to be
Yes.
here and be a part of it.
Yes.
So,
So,
as you know, we've been moving and grooving, just trying to
mhm.
get things in alignment, have lots of great surprises, and the the offerings and the gifts that people will receive just even outside of the retreat, what they get to take home physically and spiritually, I think is going to be really profound for each person that comes.
Absolutely. Before we dive into talking about the retreat, the Houston community has had the privilege of, connecting with you, interacting with you during our monthly sound meditations. This
Hmm.
past one was amazing. I'm still
Yeah.
riding on the energy of that. As you shared with us, this concept that I've never heard of, but it's reimagining your purpose.
Hmm.
And that was we're gonna have to do that like virtually, or we're gonna have to
Yeah,
redo that because
I'm
that
here
was
for it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's something
So
that we get stuck in, like we have our
mhm,
purpose, we have our purpose, we have our purpose. But sometimes I think there's some checkpoints where because you've evolved, you need to reimagine what that is.
mhm,
You need to reimagine, remind yourself of why you signed up for all of this.
right, right. So since the youth community has had that privilege of connecting and working with you, for those who are not in Houston, I wanted you to share just a little bit about who you are, what you do, and yeah. So whatever you want to share.
Yeah. So I am a like a healer of all sorts of things and people. I'm always challenging myself to accept new offerings, but what I mostly do is intuitive therapy, which allows me to connect with people who may already have a clinical therapist, but need some deeper insight as to who they are spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, and how that affects them physically. I'm also an energy specialist, so I do Reiki work, I do chakra therapy as well. And I'm also an herbalist, and there are some people who come to me specifically for things that they want to work through with their physician, but they want to do it in a holistic way. So I'll work with whatever their diagnoses are and help them figure out what the best aligns with their energy. I'm also a yoga instructor where I mostly do one-on-one yoga or virtual. I like doing virtual yoga as well. And that's been really profound because I was able to study for a good while before I started presenting that to people and really looking at being like a body scientist of sorts in the yoga space. And lastly, I think I am a death doula. I think that's the last offering that I have where, we have a lot of birth doulas who usher our babies into earth. I'm the person that walks a person back to the other side of the spiritual space to meet themselves again for the first time as they're transitioning to their death. So I've been given a lot of responsibility and I take it seriously. And then my goal is just to make sure that whatever life that you want to live, whatever that looks like for you, that we can use these tools to help you get there.
You
Yeah.
have a lot more offerings, but thank you
Do
for
I?
sharing
Okay.
that, that list, that,
Okay.
uh, summary.
There you
Um,
go. There you
just a
go.
little bit of background. I've been knowing Dr. Alicia for over, I don't know,
It's
like
been it's
11 years.
yeah, it's been over a decade.
And she has been my intuitive therapist, Reiki healer, like all the things. She's seen me grow
Mm,
through all kinds of things and evolve through a lot in my life. And I just want to say I'm so grateful for you. A part
thank you.
of me walking in my purpose is from the healing work that you and I
Mm.
have, done together. And the work continues. The
It
work
does, right?
continues. And
And that's the
now,
thing
as we're
that
partnering together, I'm just so honored to have you in this space
thank
of healing and helping
you.
other women realize more of who they are.
Absolutely. You know, women take on a lot. We even had where, there were some gentlemen wanting to know could they join the retreat? And it's like, we're really trying to develop a soft space for women to land. And as much as we appreciate masculine energy, this is about the divine feminine. It's about being able to activate your divine feminine and go back into your life where there's a lot of masculine energy and be able to be that whenever you need to without having to be responsible for so many other people
Mhm.
and just holding space for that. And yes, you're right. We have done a lot of work together, but I would be remiss if I didn't let the people listening know that, like, the profound work that you're doing is just all about how you decided to take on your divine assignment. And you did that, right? I just held space for you to realize what that was. And we've been students together in some spaces. And so I'm not doing anything other than showing up for you, and you're showing up for yourself. And once people can realize that, that's where the magic is, then that's when everything just kind of lines up for you. And I tell you this as often as I can, and I'll say it again. I'm so proud of, you know, you pushing through the hardest moments of your life and trusting me to be a part of that, because I know it's not easy, right? And sometimes I'm not making no sense, but you've trusted my guidance and I've just watched you blossom and grow, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing to see, from us sitting on a yoga studio floor together and coming all the way through to this space, to where now you are just facilitating this amazing love her, all about feminine energy for women to come and heal, and also giving them an opportunity to experience the world, um, whether it's domestically or whether it's internationally. I am super happy and proud of you for activating that space for us. So thank you.
I told you last time you weren't gonna have me crying on this live. So
Apparently, that's my purpose in life.
that is your thing of bringing out like
I don't know what that is.
you unlock the
Yeah,
energy and the tears, and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go.
but it's the truth, right? It's the truth, and it's okay to be emotional, because to see a to see yourself is one thing, right? Like it's to see yourself is one thing, but to be able to watch yourself move and see how you navigate the world and how people connect, that's what we're all here for. And that's what we want this retreat. We want the women in this retreat to be able to walk away with a sense of knowing that they add value to this world, because the world is hurting right now. Like, the world is on fire in some places. People are losing their homes, and then the world is flooding and hailing in other places. And there is a lot of pain that we're dealing with right now. And as women, intuitively, we are all healers. It's just getting past our own personal pain to activate that space so that we can be more without giving up everything, right?
Right.
So I've watched you say, nah, that ain't gonna work for me. And also, but this is what I can give. And that's what I'm really excited about in terms of the retreat. And I know I keep going back to that and y'all want to know about me. But
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Sedona. Let's
yeah,
talk about the Well Woman Retreat.
okay.
I reached out to Dr. Alicia last year
Mm-hmm.
and just was like, hey, you want to go to Sedona? You want to host this retreat and partner with me for this retreat? And it was an immediate yes. I don't even think there was any back
Yes.
and forth about it. You were
Yeah.
like, yes, absolutely. So we planned the Well Woman Retreat that's happening in October in Sedona. The first dates that we put out sold out within a few,
Immediately.
I would say in like within a month. And
Yeah.
so we, I would say, answered the call and kept the energy
Yeah.
flowing and added the second dates,
Mm-hmm.
which are happening October 26th through the 29th. And you want to add in, if I missed anything about
No, there's just
just
a few
why
spaces
and
left.
the intention
Yeah.
of the retreat.
Well, a couple of things. So we went ahead and added the second dates because there was such a overwhelming response for the first dates. And so now the second date is the same, right? There's just a few spaces left, and we really want to be able to hold space. Me in particular, because I know you continue to move forward with different dates, but me in particular, the preparation that it takes for me to prepare for something like this is a lot of fasting. I've been on, I don't know, today is Wednesday. So I know for sure that this is probably like my 53rd day of cleansing. One of the reasons that I'm doing this cleanse is because I'm putting together the information that we will need for this Sedona retreat. So just to kind of put it in perspective, this is not, you know, light work in the sense
Mhm.
of I'm just going to show up and see what happens. There's a lot of intention that's going in so that the people that will be there will not only have a great experience, but there is a lot of intuitive messages and downloads and creativity that show up when I'm in the space. And so some of the people that came to the last home retreat we did, I'll call it the home retreat, they received cards in their gift bags that were actually downloads specifically for them that were intuitively placed in their bags. This cleanse that I'm on now of this 60 days of cleansing is so that I can prepare on a higher frequency for what I'm going to be able to give in the healing space in Sedona, Arizona. That is how dedicated and committed I've been to your call to ask me to do this. So I'm not just showing up, right? I'm actually preparing my life so that I can give to these beautiful women who are looking for an opportunity to reimagine their purpose, to look at what it is that might be suppressing their growth, and just like, in a sense, give some type of mentorship and direction, I guess is what I'm saying. So this is not even about me. I just know that I needed to empty myself to focus solely on what we're going to do in Arizona, because Sedona, in terms of the United States, is one of the most high vibrational frequency places that you can do your healing. And one of the reasons is because of the reservation land. The native energy in Sedona, Arizona is at its peak. And the geomancy in that area, from the soil to the sand to the plant life, the way that it's so hot during the day and very cold at night, the contrast of that living space is not anything that you could make up. And it's going to be a great opportunity to heal and involve ourselves in the vortexes that naturally occur in that space. So I'm super excited.
I am too. I had a chance to visit Sedona, to visit the retreat site a couple months ago. And I was there for a very short time. I think I was only there for like 48 hours just to finalize some things. And I had a tremendous release. Like it wasn't even something that I planned for. Like I was just there for business. And the release that I had was just a pause. Like I just felt like I needed to move slow. Like each step that I took, the air is so crisp. Like you said, the plant life, everything was just so bright and vibrant. And I just followed the nudges, like of spirit. And I met people that I wasn't even expecting to meet, messages that I received. I was like, I was just here for X, Y, and Z. And so I would encourage each person who attends a retreat to have an open mind, and really to arrive without expectation, because that is where the power is, in being guided by spirit and being open and receptive for the healing that you may not even know that you came for.
Yes.
And I know firsthand that you have the ability to bring out all the things that need to shed in order for a person to evolve into, I wouldn't even say their highest selves, but the self that is needed for the next steps in their lives, because we all, shift and change in our energies, and it's all about just, taking that next step. And like you said, that direction and guidance is so important. I feel like even for me, knowing something, but then having the guidance and support, from you, and how you hold space has been intricate to just that self-confidence and belief that not only can I help others heal, but that I can also heal myself and get through the emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical blockages that were necessary for me to be where I am today. So I am really excited. I want to mention too that what makes this retreat special is that it's a trauma-informed retreat. And so Dr. Alicia and I are bringing in a very, this is very intentional, in how we're holding space for those who may, have experienced some traumatic things in their lives, that you'll have the full support that you need as you process through these things.
Absolutely. And I think it's important for us to identify trauma, because a lot of times we're just living and we don't even realize that some of the things that we experience that we think are small are actually registering in our bodies as trauma. So that's important to identify too, that any woman is welcome, because you never know what's just lying dormant that needs to be shaken up so that you can be free to release yourself and live at your fullest potential. Like, just imagine your life with no worries, and with the perspective of when adversity shows up, there's a place for you to navigate that, and it doesn't have to consume your life in that moment, that you can pace yourself and say, I'll prioritize this so that it doesn't dysregulate my nervous system. That's so important to be able to know how to do. And I think that any person that shows up for this Well Woman retreat is going to walk away with a sense of knowing that they'll be able to regulate spirit and do things like on their terms without being afraid, and approach that with love. So that's going to be amazing.
Yes, I can't wait. Not only just to host a retreat, but often in the space that I hold, I'm just inspired by other women's courage and bravery to do this work. And I think that's the beauty of community care, is that we get to witness each other in our evolution in real time. You know what I mean? Like,
real time,
outside of social media, we can post things and, but like in real time, we get to witness each other. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you want
and
to add to that.
as a
Mhm.
collective, I think that when there is a collective of people together, it's a different synergy.
Mhm.
You know, I do one-on-ones all day long, and we heal in the one-on-one space, and there's definitely a place for that. But there's something about the collective healing that is really eye-opening and soul-stirring because you get to understand in real time, like you said, like you're not the only one,
Mhm.
that everybody's carrying something that they need to be putting down, and that self-forgiveness is important, and you don't have all the answers, and it's okay, and you will find your way, and everything will work out in your favor, whatever that looks like. And there are other women in this room that are having that same experience. Maybe the behavior shows up different, but the experience and the energy is the same. And that's what I love about the collective, is that it gives us an opportunity to see ourselves through other people.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm also looking forward to the food.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Let's talk about the food. How could I not mention the food? Our wonderful, beautiful chef, Adrian, will be nourishing
Yes.
us for four
Listen.
days and 3 nights.
Hmm.
With so much love that she pours into her craft. Adrian is an Ayurvedic chef.
Hmm.
Ayurveda is a food science. And so a
Yeah.
lot of Adrian's knowledge and what she teaches us is eating for your digestion.
Hmm.
And if you know anything about digestion, it is a second brain. Really, I think
Right.
is the first,
Hmm.
right? Like how we digest not only food, how we process emotions, all of those things like determine our health. And
Yes.
um, yeah, yeah, this menu that she's crafted, I've had a chance to just see how she's like putting all this together. And you and I, Adrian and Connie, who's
Yes.
assisting the retreat, met, and like it's all love.
It's
Like food is healing,
natural,
food is
right?
medicine,
Yeah.
and we need both, like for it to support us
Hmm.
in this healing journey in Sedona. And so I'm so grateful for Adrian
Yes.
and what she is providing for us during the retreat. Thank you for
Yeah.
mentioning that. 'Cause I was like,
Yeah.
yes, let's talk about the food.
Yeah, and I think too, people need to know that like it is so beautiful and necessary to know that the food that's being prepared for you is being prepared from a place of love. And if
Yes.
you ever get an opportunity to watch Adrienne in the kitchen,
Mm.
she is having a good time. She is sprinkling love all in the food.
Yes.
She's very calm and mellow, and she has her own synergy going. And that makes all the difference, right?
Mhm.
And she's so accommodating
Yes.
about what needs to happen, who needs to eat what. So
Mhm.
that's amazing. And then the sound healing with you and Connie, and
Yes.
then the other offerings that you offer are just so complementary to everything, right?
Mhm.
So even I, as you whenever I'm finished doing what I'm doing and we go into a sound healing space, I get to participate in that and get what I need in return. So I think the team of women that you have put together, there is a lot of reciprocity in that
Mhm.
space. And there is a constant unflowing of energy and frequency and vibration, that there is no tension between anyone, that it just flows organically and naturally. And that is what we experience with each other. Everybody has their space to fill, and it feels very natural to each one of us. And I'm just so happy that you have been able to handpick this team in particular, because it just goes.
Yeah.
What do you think? It
I'm,
does,
I'm,
right?
I have chills right now. And
It
it
just
was all
goes.
intuitive. Like I've known Adrian and Connie for just like you, like for quite some time. And
Yeah.
it's all divine timing how this came together. I don't, I feel like everything that we've done individually has prepared us for this. And so,
Yes.
you know, I just followed spirit and thank y'all for saying yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we look forward to supporting you. I'm sure I speak on behalf of Connie and Adrian that we are all very grateful to be a part of what this is that you're building and continuing to dream up. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of your dream.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we conclude the call, what are three things that, a woman, someone could do right now that
Mm-hmm.
um, for her to prioritize like her well-being? What are three things that she can do right now today?
Drink water. You
Look, I
had to
got
have
my
known
water
I was
sitting
going to
over
say that.
here.
Yes.
Here we go.
My daughter's always like, she's going to tell you to drink water. Yes, I am.
I mean, water is life. Water is
Water
life. So yeah.
is the lifeblood. Water is the lifeblood. It's what keeps your blood flowing. Without water, your blood will congeal and get thick and it'll get stuck in your body. So you need to drink water, a good quality water. It doesn't have to be alkaline or this or that. Just good spring water is perfect. Um, Another thing that you can do to prioritize, what is it, your healing, is that what you said?
Our
Is to
well-being, this
your
overall well-being.
well-being, is to um, not overextend yourself. Know what to say no to. Know that you don't have to be responsible for the work that other people are not willing to do. You don't need to be dragging
Mm,
people with you anywhere because the lighter you are, the higher you can fly.
mm,
And that needs to be something that you can always remind yourself. Does this belong to me? I don't think so. So, like,
mm.
even right now, there's someone that's calling me for an emergency, and I do believe it's their emergency and I will help. But I had something to do first. So, by the time I get to it, maybe it won't be an emergency anymore. We'll see. So that's very important. And lastly, I'm going to say rest. Go to bed. Turn off technology. Turn off technology. Take naps if you can. If there's a space for you to take a nap, take a nap. But also being able to rest at night, having a nighttime routine to allow you to turn off technology 30 minutes to an hour before you go to bed. Reading makes you really sleepy. You can do that or listen to an audiobook. When I was challenged in my energy for a while, I actually downloaded the Calm app and they have sleep stories.
Mm.
And I've never made it through a sleep story. I don't even know how they end. As like maybe 15 minutes in, I'm asleep. So definitely rest, 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 rest. So the first one is drink water. The second one is prioritize urgency of other people and even yourself. And the last one is making sure that you are getting adequate rest so that your body and your cells can regenerate themselves. Good stuff can be where it's supposed to be in the morning.
Thank you, Dr. Alicia.
You're welcome, Raquel.
I
Have
love
a good
you
day.
so
I love you
much.
too. I love
All
you too,
right.
and I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Okay, peace.
We'll talk to you
All
soon.
right,
Peace.
bye bye.